All right, are we ready for the new intro? The temporary new intro, because I'm gonna get us a new song to play at the start of the thing. Are we ready for the temporary one?
Whatever.
Oh, I love that.
You
Yeah.
bastard. I was so hyped. God damn it.
No.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
This is Chris Mack.
That's the perfect intro.
I know, right?
Like that,
God damn it.
we are Sanford.
I almost came here without doing that. I was like, no, it has to be done.
I'm so pissed.
Welcome you to episode 76 of the Shred Shack podcast. We are back. It is now back to sort of being your weekly source of news and uninformed yet heavily biased opinions pertaining to all things heavy metal. We'll be back to a weekly format until Chris leaves us.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
What a douche.
You fool.
Let's start off with some old business. And I actually have to find a clip. I have to remember how to do how to do my
We're a
unpaid
little out of
job.
practice.
Business is old business, and new business is new business.
We got no old business.
Well, then fuck that shit. Let's go
the
on
fact
to
of the
some
matter
new
is,
business.
if you really want to think about it, if we talked about anything that happened before this week, it's all old business. We just haven't talked about it.
And a lot of the old business that we had written in the previous script for our follow-up to 2 months ago's episode kind of leads into new business. So,
And this is new business, and we do not discuss new business until next quarter.
next quarter.
All right, so if anybody reads any kind of metal news site at all, Metal Sucks, Metal Injection, Blabbermouth, whatever, you've probably heard that Ivan Moody quit the band Five Finger Death Punch on stage Monday night in where is it?
Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. But he
He's been quitting for 2 months.
yeah, that's the funny thing is like we look back at the script for the follow-up episode that we were supposed to do 2 months ago, and the first bit of news was him quitting the band 2 months ago on stage. So here we are 2 months later, reiterating exactly what was supposed to be happening last time. Apparently, he fell off the wagon again, and he is in bad shape, and it was not exactly a good thing. I saw that I think they played 2 songs without him. I think Tommy Vexed filled in for him, and then he came out, did like 2 or 3 more songs, and he quit the band, and then the guitarist threw his guitar on the floor, and then they cut the show short or something like that. But later on, it was revealed or announced that they will be continuing with their European dates with Bad Wolves vocalist Tommy Vex filling in for Ivan Moody as he struggles with his substance abuse, which is widely known. And they also announced another tour, which we'll come into later on with the touring news.
He just needs to lay low and fix himself up. There's no real joke to be made here. Beyond
Yeah.
That, so
Yeah.
unless Pete's got something to say.
No, I mean, look, I have no love for the band, but if someone's struggling with substance abuse, I'm not going to talk shit about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he just needs to kind of actually back up, not just say he's going to back up. He just needs to kind of take a year or two off.
I think the last time is like 2 months ago. He did go to rehab for a while, and he cleaned up, and he's having a relapse at the moment.
Yeah.
And apparently it's pretty bad.
You kind of need to be away for a good long while.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, okay, I'm clean for.
And that's the worst thing is that these guys have a really busy schedule because they have a lot of festivals lined up coming up, and they have the European tour, and then they have the tour that we're going to be announcing shortly. And it's I'm sure they have contractual obligations that they're trying to maintain here. Especially they have the dispute going on with their previous record label. They have a new record that's supposed to be coming out any time now, probably after that dispute's taken care of. Mm-hmm. So they have a lot of stuff on their plate, and I'm sure Ivan's feeling pressured on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, take the time off.
Yeah.
Do what the Singer of the Darkness did, and then just back away from it. Come back later on.
Yep. Well, now that we got Five Finger Death Punch out
Oh
of the way.
no! I want to skip this one.
Oh no! We have to talk about douchebag.
Oh,
This douchebag.
oh.
According to the all right, wait, you got one?
Of course I have one. Just keep talking.
Okay.
I'll pull up.
According
like
to
10.
the Hollywood Reporter, Kiss frontman Gene Simmons filed an application.
All right, stop.
Oh man! Hey!
All right. He filed an application last Friday, June 9th, for a trademark on the so-called devil horns hand gesture. We all know this. We all do it. All right. Simmons claims in the filing that the hand gesture was first used in Commerce, November 14th, 1974, a date that appears to correspond with Kiss's Hotter Than Hell tour. Gene is attempting to secure the mark for entertainment, namely live performances by a musical artist, personal appearances by a musical artist. This guy is the biggest douchebag in the history of the world.
Isn't it widely known where this fucking came from, though? I mean, how? Like, I want to see the court documents that suggested was first used in Commerce, November 14, 1974. What historical record is there of that?
It's pretty much been speculative that among the first individuals to do it was Dio.
Right.
Yes.
I can't say yes, he was the first.
And Dio has an explanation of why he did it.
Yeah, it was something about his grandmother.
His grandmother. It's how you ward off the evil eye. It's an Italian thing.
It's technically not the devil horns. It's like,
And the fact is that Gene Simmons does this one, which is, hand sign for love. And he originally said it was an homage to Spider-Man. That's how he does his web shooter. And then now he's trying to take credit for that or some shit.
I don't want to think about Gene Simmons' web shooter. But what also disturbs me about this is the fact that if it's an homage to Spider-Man, then it's not yours. Spider-Man was doing it, therefore that's a Marvel thing, probably. 2, it's November 14th, 1974.
It's 2017.
43 years ago, almost 43 years ago. What took you so long, buddy? Like, okay, you weren't fucking that many people. You weren't selling that many records. You weren't making that much music. Just running out of money, aren't you? That's got to be it. How can you be running out of money? You're in the band Kiss.
Your name's on everything.
I'm sure his wallet is still pretty wide from the Kiss casket that they sold to fucking Dimebag.
Well, I'm pretty sure that every time we mention his name here, even on our podcast, we owe him a nickel.
Oh God, it's like the word "you're fired" in Trump.
Oh Jesus Christmas!
Please, people, just stop trying to trademark
words,
things like this. Like, especially 43 fucking years later.
And these are words and hand gestures. I mean, come on.
Like, yeah, like I every single day that I wake up, I'm like, man, I really should trademark the Shred Shack name. We need to get on that, but we also need the money to do that. So Patreon.
We need some Gene Simmons money.
Yeah, seriously. So let's go make a hand symbol and trademark that shit too. Get that money.
I think it came out like later on that Nikki Sixx is like, that's the stupidest thing ever. I might as well just trademark the middle finger for Christ's sake.
That's
shit
what
like
I'm
that.
saying. Like, it's just, I mean, the symbol itself it's an evolved form of all these other things that have come before it. So it's not like it belongs to anybody. You know what I mean? It's just such a ridiculous thing. It's like, I don't know, it's like try marking the high five or some shit. It's like a weird thing to do.
It's also one of those things it's so commonly known, just like Xerox. The Xerox Corporation is obviously for photocopies, but we don't say photocopy. We say we Xerox things. So it's like
same thing with,
they lost the name. The meaning of the name has been lost.
Same thing with Band-Aids.
Yeah, same exact thing. Same exact thing.
It's
So it's not like it's just common knowledge or common usage. It's just stupid shit. Whatever.
I hate you, Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Just
Don't be coming back now.
you know
He's gonna come back
next week.
forever.
He's coming back.
He's been coming, dude. We saw their farewell tour 17 years ago. They
Oh
keep
my God.
coming back.
Second concert I've ever been to was a farewell tour for Kiss. I've seen them twice since then.
Come on.
Oh man! Hey!
I can't.
All right. Okay. Let's just move on. All right. The Metal Hammer Golden Gods Awards in association with Orange Amplification winners are. This was happening, I think, about a week ago.
Okay.
All right. Best new band is Venom Prison.
Never heard of them.
They're actually a pretty good, like, kind of extreme black metal band, female fronted.
Oh, well,
you
you sold me right there.
I personally, I don't know, something about their sound, I'm not that into the music itself, but I can tell that, objectively speaking, they are a very talented band, and they definitely deserve this. So.
Awesome. Here we go. Next one up is Best Underground Band is Paul Bearer. I keep hearing this band's name. I want to just get into him.
So yeah, I mean they are doom metal and like really really fine doom metal.
With a name like that, I would hope so.
Yeah, like
right?
really good doom sludge, just real slow fucking music, but it's so good. It's so spacey. They've been around for a while.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ, Reese.
Like all our devices get the messages now.
They've been around for a while, and so they've definitely got the underground thing going for them. But you know, if they're gaining the attention now, I mean, they definitely deserve it. So good for them.
Good deal. All right, best UK band is Architects, and they were in our top 3. Oh, that was Ancients. Sorry, Ancients was that one.
Architects was the one that got into the accident, right? Or they had some sort of accident happen?
I don't remember, but they're one of I think they're one of the progressive metal bands I listened to in passing a couple months ago when we were doing this. So good on them. All right, breakthrough band is Avatar. That's that really fun one.
There weren't. Didn't they play River City Rock Fest? Or was that last year?
I think they were here this year because they had that new album that came out. I think towards the end of last year or the middle of last year or something like that. I remember that. So. Best live band is Mastodon. No surprise there.
Yeah, makes sense.
No surprise whatsoever. Best international band is Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay, that's considering the playing field for that. I'm really shocked.
Yeah, I'm actually looking. This is just the list of the winners. Obviously, I was wondering who the other nominees would be.
Yeah, we might have to look that up.
Yeah. Best independent label is Nuclear Blast.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They're right at the edge of like being, full on corporate and still independent.
Yeah. When we do the S5, I usually say like nothing from Nuclear Blast, Century Media, maybe one or two others because I consider them the big names.
Yeah.
They're considered for me like the mainstream of metal.
Right.
Not in a negative way. I'm just saying like
exactly.
when you hit them, you've kind of like hit the pinnacle of metal signing.
All right, next up is the Dimebag Darrell Shredder Award. Goes to Joel O'Keefe from Airborne.
Airborne's pretty good. I like them.
There's that Australian band, right?
I'm not sure the details of them, but
okay.
I know they are really damn good. So.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, we gotta turn all this shit off.
Turn off.
All right.
You guys in your wrestling shit tonight.
Yeah. Well, I got to keep my media on this one. So.
Yeah, I know. All right, moving on.
Yep.
Riff Lord is the man, Devin Townsend.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, dude, come on.
I mean, yeah.
Inspiration Award goes to Exodus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, again, these are ones I would like to know who the nominees were.
I mean,
Yeah. This is my favorite right here. His best album is Magma by Gojira. So I was like, yes.
Like, yeah, I like that album.
That is a awesome thing. The Icon Award goes to the Dillinger Escape Plan.
Because they're breaking up and everything.
Yeah, they're breaking up, so it's not really that big a surprise. Defender of the Faith goes to Ben Ward and Sandy Soriano.
I don't know what that
I'm
word
not
is.
sure who that is. Spirit of Metal, Spirit of Hammer goes to Prophets of Rage. I don't know what the hell that's about.
I'm just making up awards.
Yeah.
The Golden God Award, of course, goes to Black Sabbath.
That's no surprise. I don't like. I should just give it to them yearly until they're actually all dead.
Yeah, it's the Black Sabbath Award of
I was
excellence
going to
in
say it
metal.
should just be called the Black Sabbath Award.
Yeah. Once all four of them are dead, it becomes the Black Sabbath Award.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Ozzy will not die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die before he does.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna.
But that's it for general news.
Wow, that's a short bit of general. Oh, and we're only covering for the last week, by the way. Folks.
Yeah, we're not covering for the 2 months that we missed.
Yeah,
so.
we'll be here all night.
It was a lot of there was a lot of metal. That's all I can say.
Yeah, there was, and the fact is that usually when we talk new business, we talk about new albums, and both Pete and I haven't listened to anything new in the last 2 months because we've been just so busy.
I did. I listened to the Arion album almost 2 months after it came out.
But I intend, today being we're recording this on Father's Day, I intend to treat myself, because it's Treat Yourself Sunday, to some CDs, because we got the new Iced Earth came out this past week, the new Stone Sour came out this past week. I still haven't picked up the new Night Flight Orchestra, I haven't picked up the new Life of Agony, and of course the Arion record.
I was just thinking of Parks and Rec when they have the treat yourself day.
Yeah.
He goes and buys the Batman outfit. I really do deserve this.
So that'll probably be what I do, and then I'll actually have something to talk about next week.
Yeah, then you leave.
At least it's only for 1 week this time.
That is true. You're right.
You know, I'll be coming back the day before we record the next one.
Well, I'm expecting you to show up on the radio show. That's what I'm expecting.
I haven't even thought about that. Wow. I'm gonna have to bug Pat about that.
Yeah, well, they're bugging us right now.
Yeah, right, bastards.
Bastards.
All right, but that's it for general news.
Okay, so let's go on to some recording news, which looks pretty lengthy. I'm happy about that.
Some quick good ones here, especially the last one for you. Thunderbolt is the forthcoming album from Saxon, and it could include a very special appearance by the band's longtime friend and late Motorhead frontman Lemmy. According to the singer Biff Byford, he tells a magazine about the track. He started writing it right before Lemmy died, so he knew about it. We might even have Lemmy's voice on it somewhere. We've talked with their manager, and everybody's cool with it, so let's see how that goes.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
We're such a good band. We got Lemmy back from the dead.
All right. Cradle of Filth will release their 12th full-length album, Cryptoriana, The Seductiveness of Decay, on September 22nd via Nuclear Blast.
In some ways, I'm surprised by that number because I feel like it should be more.
Yeah. I feel like it's not closer to 20 or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They've definitely been around for a while.
Well, haven't they done a couple of live recordings too?
They've done live, and they also done some side projects and solo projects, things like that. And it's not like it's been year after year releases or anything like that. There have been small hiatuses and in between.
Unlike Dimmu Borgir, who has long hiatuses, and I think they're only up to 8 studio albums.
Yeah, I don't know. Or they shouldn't be a band at this point.
So how's the new album coming? It's a thing. It exists.
Eat a dick.
They give Metallica a run for their money.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did anybody see the news article recently where Kirk is like, I really wish it wouldn't take so long for Metallica to release new albums?
Oh, Kirk. All right. Tim Ripper Owens and Monster Drink Extraordinaire is collaborating with Sabotage and Trans-Siberian Orchestra guitarist Chris Caffery on a new project.
That is cool.
Yes, it is. The duo is currently writing material with the producer Roy Z. Ramirez, who's worked with Bruce Dickinson and Halford, for an album that will be released through Frontiers Music.
Of course it's Frontiers.
Of course it's Frontiers. Dad rock.
Chris Caffery's awesome. Tim Owens is awesome. Did you see the thing recently when Tim Owens was talking about the tour he did with Blaze Bayley and Jeff Tate?
I just know that the clip on the headline on Blabbermouth was, "I will never work with Jeff Tate again."
Pretty much, yeah. It's funny because he doesn't go into detail. He just goes, Blaze Bayley, great and everything. Just, I ain't working with Jeff Tate. No more of that shit.
All right, next up is Gwar will release their new album, The Blood of Gods, in the fall via Metal Blade Records. This will be the first album without David Brockie.
Well, he died 2 years ago? They've been
I
carrying on.
I think we're almost pushing 3 now.
Yeah, they've been carrying on pretty strongly since then. So, good on them for being able to continue, I guess.
All right. Queens of the Stone Age will release their 7th album, Villains, on August 25th on Matador Records.
That's cool. I did like their last album. It feels like it's been a really long time since then, but it hasn't.
It's been 4 years. 3 years. 3 years. Because it was 2014, I think.
It was 2015.
Was it?
Because it came out shortly before I came down here.
Are you sure about that?
Fairly certain it was right before my wedding. I could be wrong.
I was going to say, because I think...
I'm probably wrong.
I think I remember listening to it driving from an old construction job. I got laid off from that job in 2014.
Maybe you're right. Because I think it came out around the same time as Super Collider. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
But still.
You can and will be wrong.
You could be and are wrong.
All right, next up, Victor Wooten will be the guest bass player on the forthcoming comeback album from the reformed Nitro, which is featuring guitarist Michael Angelo Badio, vocalist Jim Gillette, and Lamb of God drummer Chris Adler. Chris, I can play that Adler, yes.
I could play that.
Yes. A 5-time Grammy... This is a little history on Mr. Wooten here, because he's usually known as a jazz musician. A 5-time Grammy Award winner and widely recognized as the greatest living bass player in the world, Wooten is also a resident scholar of performance at the prestigious Berklee College of Music and has been running his own music retreat located near Nashville, Tennessee for 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Dirkschneider will release live Back to the Roots Accepted on August 4th in Europe and August 18th in the US as a CD, as a DVD, 2 CD, Blu-ray, 2 CD, and gatefold triple vinyl in 2 different colors.
Just before he goes on the second run of North American
Yep.
tour dates, which takes him back here to San Antonio.
Yep.
So, I don't know if I'm going to want to see it again. I might, depending on what else is going on.
That depends.
Yeah.
It also probably depends on the venue because, I don't want that we were lucky that time at the Alamo City Music Hall.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, not usually not ideal.
All right, last bit here for Dan. Power Man 5000. I thought you had a clip.
I don't have any clips yet.
All right, Power Man 5000 has inked a worldwide deal with Pavement Entertainment. The band's new album, New Wave, will be released later in the year.
It's unnecessarily powerful.
That's the best I got for right now.
Well, I have something I didn't write in here, but it's something that I posted to my Facebook page last week about the rumors that Mikael Åkerfeldt is trying to put together a project with Devin Townsend. And Prog Nerd Boner just through the roof.
Talk that talk.
Yeah, and apparently their idea is to make it very much vocal based. So he's probably gonna have another bassist who sings and a keyboardist who sings.
So basically, it's the Northern Kings, but
prog metal. And there is even mention of Mike fucking Portnoy being on the record.
oh my god, I
mean, I feel like it would only be news if he wasn't on the record.
And this thing is all just rumors, and I'm just sitting here thinking dude, don't fucking tickle my balls like that, man. This is not cool.
I'm mad because I could think of the perfect clip that I would play here, but I don't have it.
Oh.
And it's just oh my god, all this jism. Jesus Christ,
Dude, seriously, if that does get confirmed, that album comes out, I'm claiming that for number 1 for 2 months.
Well, you're a nerd.
I'm sorry, but that's
No, it's quite appropriate. Quite appropriate.
I think I have another one actually.
Welcome, nerds.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Okay, so now that you're done and we giving you more to clean up around your house,
Right.
let's go on to. We haven't done anything with crowdfunding because we haven't looked.
No.
I actually looked at Kickstarter last night. I didn't see anything major of note, so I will mention though one of the ones that I successfully contributed to. They should be sending out their album now, and because they ran out of copies of their first EP, they're sending 2 copies of their actual album.
Oh, nice.
So I'll give you one of them.
Sweet.
So yeah, we don't have anything for crowdfunding tracker. Sorry, folks, we've been busy.
Shit has been happening.
That same excuse. Shut up. Let's go on to concert news and talk about festivals because it is summer, and if it isn't summer, then it's too fucking hot for this state.
Yeah. Well, here we go. The initial band lineup has been announced for Shiprocked 2018, set for January 21st through the 25th, 2018, on board the Carnival Liberty. Stone Sour, Seether, In This Moment, and Black Label Society lead a lineup of over a dozen bands slated to play at the 9th edition of the annual vacation experience as it sails from Port Canaveral, Florida to Nassau and the private island of Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, it does. Those things always sound like fun.
No, just the ship ones. Yeah, like the 70,000 tons of
Metal,
metal.
yeah.
That one always sounds fucking amazing.
Right. All right, the next one up, the last one for the festival news here is a lineup has been announced for Monster Energy. I love them. Houston Open Air set for Saturday, October 14th and Sunday, October 15th at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, presented by Huntsman in the Woodlands Texas.
Oh snap, Chris! Look at that.
Yep.
That sounds like a good place to go.
Yeah. And here it is. Some of the lineup will be Five Finger Death Punch, Prophets of Rage, Stone Sour, Marilyn Manson, Mastodon, Hailstorm, In This Moment, Gojira, Of Mice and Men, and Suicidal Tendencies. And that is they lead a lineup of 25 bands performing on 2 different stages.
That does not dismay me at all.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing any of those bands, to tell you the truth.
Exactly. I've seen Manson like twice, but seeing
I want
him
to
now,
see Manson now.
yeah, like just wondering
I'm
what
really
a show would be
interested
like now.
because the funny thing is like we read on that Rolling Stone top albums of metal like 2015.
Yeah.
The Pale
Emperor
was very good. He's got a new album coming out very soon. His 10th one.
What's the dumbest name?
No, he changed the name.
Oh, good, thank God.
Yeah, he changed the name.
Stupid as hell.
Yeah. So.
Hang on a minute. That's a bit fucking mad, that one.
It's one of the Gallagher's.
No wonder I couldn't understand it. All right, well, that's it for festival news, though.
Okay, so let's talk about touring.
All right. Soulfly has confirmed dates for its upcoming North American tour, during which it will perform the Nailbomb album Point Blank in its entirety. The 31-date trek begins October 6th in San Diego, California, and wraps up November 8th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Support on the trek will come from Cannabis Corpse, people, and Harm's Way on select dates, in addition to Noisium and Lodi Kong. San Antonio date, November 6th at the Rock Box.
I think Lodi Kong's playing our show.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I saw it came up on the.
I think the way that I've been like keeping track of shows
Is
that
by
are coming
being interested in them.
yeah, is doing the interest thing through Facebook. It's like the only way I can really keep up with it at this point. And I'm pretty sure Lodi Kong's on that bill. So that may be a thing I go to just because I like to see Soulfly.
I have not seen Soulfly. I probably would like to see them.
Yeah.
Wait, have I seen them? No,
Maybe-
no, I don't think I have.
Like if anything, in passing on a Ozfest bill
Maybe
or something like that, you know.
Maybe. All right. Hashtag no San Antonio date. Thank you, sir. Queens of the Stone Age have confirmed a slew of North American dates, filling in the space between and beyond their previously announced appearances at Outside Lands and Riot Fest. The new shows include Queen's first ever Madison Square Garden headlining gig.
I'm hoping that takes off well because like I can see them becoming one of those bands that just has that ingrained fan base.
We talked about this, like bands like Pearl Jam and Green Day and stuff like that, where they just are humongous, but you don't really hear much about them.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to hear good things about the ticket sales of this one.
Yeah. All right. Hashtag no San Antonio date. Overkill will headline the 2017 edition of the Metal Alliance Tour. Support on the trek will come from Crowbar, Havoc, Blackfast, and Invidia.
Wow, that's really depressing, actually.
Yeah, because I would love to see Crowbar. Havoc is amazing. Blackfast is fantastic, and of course, fucking Overkill is. God damn it.
Yeah, well, if they come here, they can't play the fucking Alamo City Music Hall.
Yeah, that was kind of brutal.
Yeah,
That was kind of brutal.
see them pack out like jacks and have them burn the place down.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Hashtag no San Antonio date. Him have announced the North American leg of their farewell tour, closing the final chapter on the band's 26-year career.
Apparently, I saw a post from Jamie about this because
$125 tickets.
$125 tickets
Yeah.
for with the Hammerstein
The
Ballroom.
Hammerstein Ballroom.
Wow,
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And I know she's like one of the biggest him fans out there.
and even she's like, the fuck?
the fuck?
Yeah, like I just no, sorry, no.
As much as I would love to see them again.
Yeah, no.
Because I've seen them a handful of times, at least 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're always a great show.
No, not.
I choked spending $110 for Iron Maiden. I'm not spending anything over that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like to keep the two most expensive shows that I've ever seen as Bon Jovi, so I can have something to gripe about.
This is the fact that he's seen Bon Jovi.
Yeah, really.
They put on a good show. It's just, I was.
Yeah, that's your life, you know.
Yeah, I was probably the youngest guy in the audience. I was surrounded by a bunch of like middle-aged women, and then my girlfriend at the time, who is not Lindsay. Lindsay's a little more sensible.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm done griping.
You're done griping now?
Hold on,
Okay.
let me think. Yes.
Okay.
I have no clips.
Mastodon have extended their U.S. headline tour starting on September 26th in Orlando, Florida at the Hard Rock Live With continued support from Eagles of Death Metal and Russian Circles, the tour also includes stops at several festivals, including the High Elevation in Denver, Colorado, and Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky. San Antonio date, October 14th at the Aztec.
And Eagles of Death Metal still has Josh Homme in it, right?
I think he doesn't tour with them. He does records on the album and sings on the album, does his parts on the album. I don't think he tours
with them.
Okay. I was going to say
because he wasn't there in Paris when the attack
Well,
happened.
I wasn't trying to reference that.
I know, I'm just saying.
But like, I was going to say he's a busy man then.
No, he just does the albums.
Okay. So
and then Mustache does the touring. So. What? I don't know his name.
You're a terrible person.
I know. Here's one that's really cool. All right, this is badass right here. Marty Friedman unveiled his headlining tour in support of his latest album, Wall of Sound. The 22-show trek will feature support from Scale the Summit along with Define Constant. The tour kicks off in Philly on August 2nd, just 2 days before Wall of Sound is released, and there is a San Antonio date on August 18th at the Rock Box.
Yeah, that sounds like something we might want to see.
Yeah, because Scale the Summit is one of those other, prog metal bands that are just pretty awesome, and to be touring with Marty Freeman, badass.
Oh no, all this jizz. I need to get that clip.
All right.
Obituary.
Okay, Obituary collide with... Wow, I love copy and paste. Exodus for the Battle of the Bays this fall. Support will come from Power Trip and Dust Bolt. The co-headline tour kicks off September 14th in Durham, North Carolina, and ends on October 15th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There is a San Antonio date on August 14th at the Paper Tiger.
I kind of want to see that one.
You go to that one, I'll go to Mastodon.
Oh, it's the same day?
Same fucking
Yeah,
day.
Okay.
Mastodon's like the one to go to.
Especially at the Aztec.
Oh, well, then I guess I'll just be, the hipster and be like, I don't need to go to that shit. Go to this one. You can't stop me.
I don't know. It's a tough one because
It is tough.
Obituary and Exodus. I mean, when we saw Exodus, dude, man, when we saw them at the House Car Horror Festival, holy fuck.
Yeah.
They blew me away.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's one thing I forgot to write down here, and we've been mentioning it before, is that Five Finger Death Punch is slated to go on tour with In Flames later in the year.
Huh.
So it was announced like the day after Ivan quit.
Oh.
So it's gonna be like Five Finger Death Punch featuring, brand new singer every week or something like
It's
that.
Four Finger Death Punch.
Oh, my God. Have that be a joke from The Simpsons. Because they only have 4 fingers. That would be awesome. Oh, my God. I want to make this happen. I'm leaving now. Let's go. Finish the show, guys.
Dan quit live on the podcast.
That's right. I'm leaving.
And his name is John C.
Diverting that heat. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, you silly
Didn't take us
bastard.
long to derail this show.
We make our comeback episode. It goes immediately downhill.
You can't stop this.
Okay. Can we continue now?
All right, on to one-offs.
One-offs. So speaking of Five Finger Death Punch.
Five finger death.
Five Finger Death
Burger,
Punch.
burger, burger.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep, we derailed it hard. It's all over again.
They will return to Tilburg, the Netherlands, next Monday, June 19th. Actually, that's tomorrow, because we're recording this on June 18th, to play a free show for any ticket holders from the now infamous 013 performance last week. That's where the whole shit hit the fan with Ivan Moody. So
Basically, like, sorry guys, let's play a free show for you.
yeah, with our singer who's filling in, kind of thing.
Got it.
All right. Steve Vai and Devin Townsend will reunite on stage for the first time in almost a quarter century at the Starmus Festival 4 Live in the Universe, set to take place June 18th through 23rd in Trondheim, Norway.
I really need that damn clip.
Yeah, you do. Dude, because, yeah.
That's
Because
pretty-
apparently I read the full article about this one, and they're going to be playing a couple of Devin Townsend songs. They're going to be playing a couple of Steve Vai songs, and Devin Townsend is going to sing like some of the songs that he sang with Steve Vai. It's going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
As long as he doesn't trash the backstage area and ruin all of Steve Vai's stuff again.
Well, it's been 25 years. You can let some things go.
I had a liking of that jacket.
All right, last bit for the one-offs here. Alter Bridge have announced 2 very special headline shows on October 2nd and October 3rd. Your birthday and Dad's birthday, interestingly enough. Appearing at the legendary Royal Albert Hall in London for the first time, the band will treat the audience to an array of songs never before played live, as well as fan favorites. In another first, the group will also be accompanied by the Parallax Orchestra, which is a 52-piece London-based symphony orchestra conducted by Simon Dobson. Wow. I tried to make his name fancier than it was. Adding a new dimension to their live show.
That'd be cool. I'm willing to bet that they're going to record this.
Oh, no doubt.
And make some sort of live thing for it.
No doubt.
Which is cool. But I always like it when bands try to break out some of the stuff that hasn't been played live or does get a little bit less attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure sales-wise it probably wouldn't necessarily be ideal. I know that years ago, probably a decade and a half, Gamma Ray did a Skeletons in the Closet tour where all they did was play the songs that they've almost never played live. I want more bands to do stuff like that.
Yeah, let's get Iron Maiden to do that if they can play Invaders live.
I don't see Bruce hitting those high notes anymore. It'll be weird.
Back in tracks, buddy.
I think they started playing Children of the Damned again for this tour.
No way.
I think so. I think I saw a set list recently because when I first started really getting into them back early 2000s, they were doing the O2 Academy, and they were live streaming it. And they had said during that show, we haven't played this song in a long time, so here it is. And then they played it for, I guess, a short bit on that tour, and then never again until more recently.
Wow.
So I think they're breaking it out again.
Wow.
So
That would be interesting.
yes, because we're seeing them.
Yes, we are. Next week.
Next week.
So be prepared for next podcast to be nothing but gushing about Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
for
I'm
about an hour.
gonna have this jism clip ready
Oh
for
yeah. Oh yeah. But also be prepared for later on when we talk about I Saw a Show, because I Saw, you'll see.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty to talk about. So.
Yeah. All right. So you want to do chart stuff?
Is it good?
I don't know. I didn't look through it. So
So it's going to be the live reactions?
you're going to do our live reactions again.
Well, this will be interesting because it's been 2 months,
It's
but I have a
been a
feeling it's
while.
going to be the same shit.
Yeah, but here's a noteworthy point just to get this out of the way. According to Billboard, Black Rose, which is the new single from Volbeat, has landed at number 1 at Billboard's mainstream rock songs airplay chart. It is the second track from the last year's Seal the Deal and Let's Boogie album to top the list. The disc's first single, The Devil's Bleeding Crown, reached number 1 in May 2016, while the follow-up single, Seal the Deal, got as high as number 3 last December. The Black Rose achievement marks the 6th time in less than 5 years that Volbeat has had a number 1 on the mainstream rock songs chart.
I think their steady rise in popularity kind of goes with your crossover appeal thing.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Because they definitely have a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because they're heavy. They're also hard rock. There's that rockabilly feel in there sometimes, and they're not as aggressive as your typical metal band. So it's a lot more.
Even when they get aggressive, they still sound enough their aggressive points sound like Master Puppets.
Yeah.
And Master Puppets is still well received by anybody who's not even a metal fan.
Yeah.
So
all right. So let's do the charts. Top 100.
what's number 1?
Halsey?
What?
I don't know. It's a new album by somebody I have no fucking clue who it is.
That sounds kind of.
However, the most random one right off the bat here, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, The Beatles, number 4. Number 4. And this is being down. It's down from number 3 last week.
Is it its anniversary?
I don't know.
Did they re-release it on vinyl?
How many times are they going to re-release it on vinyl?
How many times are they going to re-release everything?
True. All right, Roger Waters has a new record out. Debuted at number 11.
Is that studio or live? 'Cause I know he's rocking a pretty hardcore live set. Lately.
It's called "Is This the Life We Really Want?" So I don't know.
That sounds like it might be new. I think he comes here soon, right?
Very soon.
Yeah.
I keep seeing that on the billboards actually. That new Trash from Linkin Park is on the charts at number 35.
Did they really call the album The New Trash?
Oh, No, that was what I called it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I was like, listen, don't.
It's called One More Light.
Okay.
But I did, like, I was hearing a song. I think they have a song called Heavy on it, and it's like the exact opposite of Heavy. And dude, I heard it in like on the pop station the other day. And I'm like, can't be. Oh my god, this is awful.
This is the part where I think of Back to the Future. Why do you keep saying the word heavy? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull in the future?
This Doc Brown. Yes, there is.
Yes, there's all sorts of science. But
Hardwired took a big jump from 115 last week to 54 this week.
probably because of the Alamodome. Everyone got so mad that they couldn't get any beer at the show. Which I'm gonna relay that now. The Alamodome did not run out of beer. They just cut off the beer at 9 o'clock before Metallica went on. You're not that special, San Antonio. I'm sorry.
Also, there was something that we could report on that happened a couple weeks ago. Apparently, the Wacken Metal Festival in Germany created a beer pipeline to make sure that festival goers got beer on time.
Oh, that's good.
So apparently they were able to serve like 6 beers a second or something like
Just
that.
a beer trough.
Like seriously though, like
I don't know, man.
no, you saw though they were laying down like it's kind of like a legit pipeline to serve. Like I said, I think they were able to serve 6 beers a second. I think is what I read or something like that. So it's crazy. All right,
Damn.
Black Album was at 113. We're already that low, and it's been that bad. On the charts last week at 185. On the charts this week at 178. A little bit of a rise there. Dark Side of the Fucking Moon.
Oh God, it's come back. It's gonna add to that trend.
Yep. We got a good the number ones by Elton John here at 185. Been listening to a lot of Elton John recently.
I found a song finally. It's probably gonna take us to the end of the list.
You know what's really funny though is that like I would always make fun of like a song like that, but like listening to it like in the credits for Deadpool, it's like that's actually a really good song.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I actually I've had that kind of thought with a lot of songs lately because I hear them at work, and for some reason there's music being played in the hallway at my job now, so I hear like Dreamweaver. I like that song.
That song's a good song.
Yeah, like I used to think of it as like the one problematic song on the Wayne's World soundtrack. It's a good song.
Yeah.
You know, Smooth Operator, really good song.
Nevermind's at number 191.
Okay.
Back in Black's 193. Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park is at 195 for some
The
reason.
old trash.
The old trash, yes. Here's some more new trash from Papa Roach here. Their album Crooked Teeth is at 197. And
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, it's just terrible. All right, let's go to Hard Rock.
Oh
it's any better.
no! This is gonna be depressing, isn't it?
Well, number one is Metallica, Hardwired.
Okay.
And Journey's Greatest Hits. Guns N' Roses' Greatest Hits. Queen's Greatest Hits.
You don't even have to say greatest hits anymore. Just say the band.
Metallica's Greatest Hits, otherwise known as the Black Album. Here's a new one by a band called Miss May I. Their album Shadows Inside is at number 6.
That's a familiar name.
Yep. Okay, we got Back in Black at 7. Hybrid Theory at 8. New Trash by Papa Roach at 9. Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits at 10. Dan's favorite band Bon Jovi at number 11 with his Greatest Hits.
Oh my God.
Audio Slave is at number 12 with self-titled.
Should be, yeah.
Mothership, that's the Greatest Hits by Led Zeppelin. It's at number 13.
This list sucks.
But we'll make mention of something after we're done here.
Okay.
New album by 18 Visions is on number 14. The album's called 18.
That's
with
pretty
Roman
cool.
Rules.
I thought they broke up.
I think this is their comeback.
Oh, cool.
Kind of thing.
Cool.
Aerosmith's Greatest Hits at number 15. Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven, and The Right Side of Hell at number 16.
Oh, Pete got your 6 2 months later.
But did we not notice that on the top 200, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh no, of course.
And no Disturbed either.
Oh,
Pete
wow.
fucking won.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because this list doesn't count. This is sucks.
Yeah.
Number 17 is Soundgarden, Super Unknown. Number 18 is Metallica, Master of Puppets. Number 19 is Disturbed with Immortalized.
Marry me.
don't know why I picked that one. I just did. How about this one?
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, that's better.
Number 20 is And Justice for All. Number 21 is Nickelback.
And you fail.
Yep. Number 22 out of nowhere is the single soundtrack.
Pulling the RKO.
Actually, I think it was just recently re-released. I think that's what the deal is with that one.
Gotcha.
Seether's record is at 23. The Greatest Hits by fucking Three Doors Down is at number 24. And Greatest Hits by Jimi Hendrix is at 25.
What kind of insult is that?
It's just
to
random.
Put that like above Jimmy, just like artificially adjust the list for fuck's sake. Put Jimi Hendrix above Three Doors Down. Oh my God, does it take? Just Photoshop it.
Pete's salty.
God,
Quick, shoot me in the face.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh wow.
Salty
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I definitely going forward. We gotta just.
Yeah, I know. I threw the script together on Friday.
Yeah.
Because I had a cancellation, so I was like, "Oh shit, I might as well do this because we're supposed to be, doing a podcast again."
Fuck that. That hard rock list was the saving grace for so long, and it's so sad.
Yeah, it's gone to shit.
People only do things because they get paid,
And that's
and that's really sad. Can't talk about this anymore. Giving me a headache. All right.
Little, yellow, different.
So let's go on to our discussion for the week, which is going to be just us talking about the shows that we have seen in the last 2 months, or just giving an idea because I went to a bunch and I remember half of them.
Let's start off. I haven't seen shit. I'm gonna grab some sushi.
Shit, Pete's got it all. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Standing Up School. And you fail.
So Pete walked away.
Pete's the next one to quit live on the podcast.
Yeah, he was all like,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me.
I don't know what that's from, but I love it.
It's so appropriate so many times.
It's one of the sounds that came on the device. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that.
That came on the device?
Well, when you download the program, it gives you a whole bunch of set ones.
I was like, there's no way that came on your fucking tablet when you bought it.
No, I had to add it like this one.
Shit, bitch.
All right, so I'm going to let you start off because I'm just going to kind of give a blur during
All right.
mine. So.
This past Wednesday, I got to go to the Alamodome to see my favorite band, Metallica. And I have to say, every time I see these guys, it's like it takes me back to when I was an 8-year-old kid and I heard Metallica for the first time.
For the sake of this, can you end every sentence with ah?
Ah!
Hold on.
Voila! But if you guys haven't seen a show at the Alamodome, I highly recommend it because, number one, it sounded incredible. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, I walked in at when Avenged Sevenfold was playing their very last song, and I was kind of worried about the sound because they sounded very thin, and like they didn't fill the air as well as I would want them to. But then Metallica hit the stage, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're Metallica, and we're going to drop our balls on you.
Just pick it up.
And they do just that every time you see them. So they come out this pretty much the same way every time. AC/DC's it's a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, plays first, and then the lights go out, and then Ecstasy of Gold kicks in. Mm-hmm. That's their opening track. It has been since fucking the 80s, and you just get amped up for it. It's just ready to go. And they opened up, which is pretty you pretty much expected this because they're on their Hardwired tour. They opened up with Hardwired and went right into Atlas Rise. So it's like the first 2 tracks on the new album right off the bat. And they typically do these kind of things when they have new albums. They do like the first 2 tracks and they do like a couple classic ones and they kind of trade off back and forth like that for a little while. So they followed up Atlas Rise with For Whom the Bell Tolls. And they followed that up with Fuel, which I was not expecting. We all give Reload such crap, but there's one song that still lingers from it. Forever.
Everyone else gives Reload crap. I don't. I like Reload.
You like Reload?
I like Reload.
Oh, we always talk about Load being the album, not Reload.
No. Like Load is far superior, yes. But I got into Metallica more during that time of Load Reload. So that's like the one album I had from them for so long.
One track that I did not expect to them to play, and I was so happy to see it live, is the Unforgiven.
The original Unforgiven?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe they just kind of did all three of them in one go.
No. The Unforgiven. With the acoustic guitar and everything out there. That was really good. And then they come out and they do Now That We're Dead.
Yes!
And
Was it good?
Oh, it was super good. Okay. It was super good.
Super good.
Because the good thing about it is that it's such a live song, like we talked about when we did our Metallica video.
Yeah.
You know, because they get the whole crowd pumped up. And then the greatest part is at the end, after the solo, when they're about to kick back into the last chorus, they bring out these big kettle drums, and they do like a drum off.
Nice.
All four members are doing different beats and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me of like when we used to see Godsmack, and they used to have like the drum off with Sully and the
That's
drummer.
what I was thinking, so.
And man, that was so much fucking fun. It was so cool to see, because James Hetfield actually was a drummer at one point too.
Yeah.
So that it was just really cool to see that aspect of adding to their live show for a new song, something like that.
Live shit. Didn't he do? He took the drum kit and he was playing with either
With Lars.
Well, I thought he was playing with one of the string musicians. Didn't he go back and forth with Jason at one point?
No, it was with
With Lars.
It was they were having a drum off with Lars, and then
Okay.
he would start a beat. He started the "Walk This Way" beat, and Kirk would play the riff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then Lars would follow up with
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So after Now That We're Dead, James made a nice little comment about seeing this particular song on a show where the microphone didn't work. Mm-hmm. So they played Moth into Flame, and that's where pyro started kicking in a little bit. And I always find it interesting watching Metallica live now after the whole fire incident with James. When they have pyro on the stage, you can see him as far as away as humanly possible from where everything is happening.
I'll bet. I would too. I'd be like,
Yes.
yo, listen.
Dude, I like just sitting there. Like I was in section 300, which is like the exact opposite side of where the stage was, where all the fire was. I fucking felt it from we're talking about hundreds of feet away.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, holy fuck! And he walked into that. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
When we went to go see the Royal Rumble, we were told, like, hey, when the Unshaker has his intro, you're going to sweat. Because he has a very, very warm intro.
All right, so they followed up Moth into Flame with Wherever I May Roam. Which
Okay.
I always love that. That's a great live song.
Yeah.
They followed that up with Halo on Fire.
Okay, if they hadn't played that live, I would have been personally upset. I didn't even see the fucking show.
Dude, it was so... The thing that disappoints me the most, though, is that you can tell that the audience wasn't really into the new stuff. Because, they were doing the chorus, and then James was not sing, expecting the crowd to sing the Halo on Fire part. It was so quiet.
That's part of... As much as I enjoy the metal scene down here, it is very much... A lot of it is very much just kind
Old
of...
school.
Old school.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a clip for that. Hang on.
No talking, no new crap. Taking care of business now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's-
Which is funny, because Pete and I had, a quick thing about that. Like, we were wondering if Metallica changes their set list pretty much every night. They had, the staples, they had their new stuff, and then they change things around. It's like, we wonder if, they do any kind of research going into a city where, what's more popular from their catalog in that particular city. So they can throw things like Fuel. I mean, Fuel will go over very well in this town.
It being about cars, yeah.
Yeah. And, they play a majority of their hits from the Black Album and stuff like that.
If they had a Christian metal song, oh man, that would go over really well. Right?
Yeah. So we were just wondering about that.
Yeah.
But Halo on Fire, that was pretty much like the ending of the first half of the set. And then it was pretty much just classics after that. So they go into a little guitar bass doodle, which was really interesting because it was Kirk and Rob up there just kind of riffing around, and they started playing I Disappear out of nowhere.
Did anybody respond to that?
Yeah, they did. Okay. Actually, they thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
All right. So then they go into the bass solo, and the bass solo was pretty much just Rob doing Anesthesia with the video of Cliff in the background, which is pretty cool. Then they played the Four Horsemen, which I've heard a lot in this town because of Broken Soul. Thank you guys.
Yep.
But that was really cool. I don't think I've seen Four Horsemen live. I'm not sure. Sad But True was followed up, of course. One, they always do that.
Yep.
And then go right into Master of Puppets.
And that's all before the encore, right?
Oh, they're not even done with their set yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah. what was next? Okay, so then they go into this was the highlight of the show for me, Fade to Black. I don't think I've ever seen them perform Fade to Black live. I've seen them over 10 times. So finally got to see Fade to Black. And usually when I see them, or I've seen them in the past, when they do an acoustic guitar thing like they do for Unforgiven, they usually use it once. But they brought it out again. They did Fade to Black, and it was fucking awesome. Then they did Seek and Destroy. And that was where they go out for their encore. So they leave the stage for a little bit, let the crowd get fired up, and then you hear the opening notes to Fight Fire with Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. So they played Fight Fire with Fire, and then Nothing Else Matters right into Enter Sandman, and that's how they closed the show. There's only one disappointing thing for me on this one. The last time I saw them on the Death Magnetic tour, their encore always was a classic from either, what's it called? Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets, a cover, and then Seek and Destroy. That I felt was a really good way to end the show, because the way they ended the show with Seek and Destroy is they turned the house lights on, and you just saw everything, and it was really cool. And I also miss their covers, because I've seen them do Bread Fan.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them do Stone Cold Crazy. I just love it when they do really cool covers. So that was a little disappointing on my side, but that's personal gripe. Other than that, I think the show was fucking phenomenal.
I think the last one I went to, they had Lemmy come out. I thought.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think so. I feel like I saw one with Lemmy come out.
Yeah.
And it was covered in Motorhead. I can't remember.
I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's always good to see them do covers because they've done a lot of great, like just fantastic covers.
Yeah.
It's part of the repertoire.
But the thing is, I think now their catalog is just so big, and they're doing pretty much all of the first disc of their new record on live now.
Maybe after the Hardwire tour ends, they'll go back
Yeah.
to doing that.
Yeah, they probably will.
You know, probably doing the longer songs from the new album probably doesn't really buy them much time.
No, and like if you actually do look at the set list, they have a lot of the long songs on there. I mean, of course, Hail on Fire is 8 minutes long.
Moth into Flame.
Moth into Flame is 5. Atlas Rise is like 6 or 7. Even Now That We're Dead is 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you got some of their classic ones that like 8. One Master of Puppets, those are 8 minutes each.
Yeah.
Fade to Black's like 7. You know, so
They're playing full on like what 2 hour sets, something like that.
they started at 8:45 and they played until about 11:15.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a good long time.
Yeah.
And that's what a band of their stature at this point should
And,
be playing.
and the greatest thing is that there was very minimal talking. You know, James did his normal, Metallica family nonsense, and got the crowd fired up. But there was minimal talking between songs. They just fired them off.
Which, in its own way, is very good. You can cram a few more songs in there, at least one. But for a guy like James, who is entertaining when he talks, that's kind
Well,
of.
the thing is, this when he did talk, it was entertaining.
Okay.
He always is.
It's the same thing with like Bruce Dickinson. You expect him to talk, but that there are certain times during the set where he's going to talk.
Yeah.
Like usually after the first 5 songs, he talks. They go into something old.
Yeah.
Usually.
But it was. I haven't seen Metallica in 8 years, and they haven't missed a step. They sound incredible. The guys look like they're having a fucking ball up there. I mean, they're having a blast. And James sounds great right now. Like, his voice is sounding really good. He's really strong this late in his career.
Well, I'm sure maybe after all this other crap with St. Anger and the cracks in his voice and everything, he's probably maybe seeing a vocal coach at this point.
Well, he was seeing a vocal coach way back when. It was on the Some Kind of Monster DVD. He was seeing a vocal coach way back when because he blew his voice out doing a cover of what's it called? Who cares at this point? But he blew his voice out, so he had a vocal coach then, and he had like a vocal tape that he practices every day before a show. But if he's stepped up his game a little bit recently, I think it's definitely showing off because vocally live he sounds great,
That's good.
really good, and the band is tight. Production is fantastic because they got these huge screens behind them, so you can see everything. Like I said, I was way across the other side of the stadium.
Was this in the round or
No, because this is one of those. The Alamodome is similar to like we talked about a football stadium, in its size. It's like a little bit smaller than that, so that's the way they kind of approach it, is a stadium, not an arena.
Okay.
So if this was at the AT&T Center, it would probably be in the round.
I was gonna say because I feel like it could be in the round.
It probably depends on where they're playing. Like I think Pat and Reese saw them at Nassau.
Probably. And we've seen them in Nassau.
Yeah, when they play a place like Nassau or Madison Square Garden or something like that, that tends to be in the round, closer circle kind of thing. But in a stadium wise, like football stadium or even like the Alamodome, it tends to be stage and then the whole opposite side being open.
Because I think when I saw the Rumble, they had to cut off part of the audience area to set up for like all the backstage shit. But I feel like it could be in the round if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So.
But it was definitely my first concert at the Alamodome. And I was very, very, very pleased with it. So
It's such a pain to get to and out of that I don't want to go there very often personally.
Well,
I'm already dreading next week when we go to the AT&T Center.
no, that's so much easier.
Well, at least you can park in the parking lot there, but I'm still like,
No, that is so much easier. And there's so many more exits, and there's so many different ways to get to the same place. So.
Yeah, we got to figure out our plan for that because we have to all be there at the same time.
Well, I just looked at the tickets the other day, and it says might be able to change the way we got that. So we'll have to figure it out. We'll talk about that later.
All right. So that was Metallica. I'm pretty sure that the entirety of San Antonio metal fans, except for myself and Pete, were at that show.
To tell you the truth, man, I was so surprised because when I parked and I was walking up to it, there was so many people walking to the venue. Like so many. I was like, oh, no one's watching the venue full. But then when I got in there, there was still a big crowd in the venue itself. It's a big place.
That's a big place. Like that's why one of the big four in wrestling is going to be at a big place like that.
I mean, it was huge and it was packed. You know, the floor was maybe halfway full, like any typical place. Like behind the soundboards, it gets kind of empty back there. Yeah. But the whole stadium section was packed.
Yeah, it's an impressive sight for sure.
The only thing I don't like about it is that the seats are really small. Yeah. And very packed in together, and not much walking room. Yeah. That was not. Kind of But again, that's just me being big.
And you being, tall and having to go around some sizable people,
He's fat!
They're complaining about their beer, But yeah, I actually haven't seen any actual show there. Again, I saw the Royal Rumble, and it was good enough to really amplify that floor mat slam sound. when you're all the way up there and you can see one stick figure slam the other stick figure and hear it loud enough that it hurts you, you're like, oh shit. I mean, obviously they mic the damn things, but whatever. But still. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I saw in the last 2 months. I'm going to try to make it just rapid fire just because there was a good handful, a lot of bands I saw multiple times. And I'm just going to... It's mostly positive, so it's not like I have any gripes to start. So shortly after the last episode...
You don't have gripes? Bullshit.
I have gripes.
Bullshit.
I have plenty of gripes about things, but usually I don't go to shows where I'm going to gripe.
Yeah, true.
I'm not going to sit there and spend my money. I'm a cheap motherfucker. Brave New World bucks only for me.
Making it rain in my pocket.
Start pushing them back toward me.
I'm just going to fold these up and put them in my wallet.
So I'm going to start off a few days after we posted the episode. There was a benefit show for Joseph Heron of Red IV and his girlfriend. They both got into a rather significant car accident. I think it was the end of 2000. No, it wasn't the end of 2016 because I saw them on New Year's Eve. So pretty much like January, February.
I was going to say it was probably a couple months in because then we all saw them after the New Year's Eve show because we all went to Tonic that time.
Yeah. So just in the early months of 2017, they got into a car accident, and there was a show hosted to get some money for their medical bills and whatnot because they were both at the show. And at the time, Joseph was still using a walker to get around. Couldn't stand up for too long, couldn't sit down for too long. It was just, still rolling through the motions there. He's better now, which I'll explain in a little bit. But the set, I think, was about 13 to 14 bands at Fitzgerald's. And they did the yard as well as inside. So the yard started off at 1 o'clock. I didn't get there until just before 6. And that was specifically intended because Lotus Up started at 6. Lotus Up is the new band from Valmora, formerly of Forever Town.
Oh, okay.
The band is, as of right now, just a cover band. They're covering a lot of old classics. So I believe there was Frankenstein in there. I think it's the Edgar Winter Band, one of the Winter brothers. The last one they played was a cover of Roundabout by Yes, which Joseph from Red Ivy got on stage and sang with them.
That's awesome because I can actually definitely hear Val's bass sound playing that bass line.
And he also sings.
And
he did a really good job.
Shit.
Because you're used to hearing him doing backing vocals in Forever Town. He took pretty much lead vocals on this whole thing.
Oh shit!
And he's good. The whole set, because again, it's weird to see him not in the Forever Town getup.
Yeah.
Because he was just, jeans, t-shirt, hat, So it was a strange sight for me who's not used to that. But their whole set, their whole band, fucking fantastic. Wow. The core band of Val, I don't remember the names of the guitar player and the drummer, but they were just a solid lineup.
Trio?
Yeah. Well, they also had, I believe, someone playing the bongos and somebody doing keyboards. Okay. But I'm just talking about the main trio there. I'm kind of excited to hear what they can do together as original material. Their chemistry is really fucking good. So. I think they also did "Perfect Strangers" by Deep Purple.
Oh,
yeah, they pull some there were some that I'm vaguely familiar with, and some that I was just I don't know this song, but it's fucking good.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely worth a listen. They've been playing a lot of shows since then. I think there was one last night or the night before that I heard about last second, so I didn't go. But they are hitting a lot of places around here, so it might be worth your while to check them out sometime.
Yeah.
Next band that came up was Panikdevice. I don't think they're San Antonio based. I think they're from out of town, but still Texas. Alternative metal, But one thing I noted most about their live stuff is how well the vocals translate. There's a lot of like the Alice in Chains type harmony, and it translated very well live for this band. It was definitely of note for sure. they finish off their get to the end of their set pretty much. And they're like, yeah, we're going to cover a song now. I'm like, oh, man, what could it possibly be? They cover Chevelle. I'm like, no.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah, you guys could have covered anything else. But again, that's what a lot of their sound was similar to. So it's no surprise that they would have covered a band like Chevelle. But they are definitely one I intend to follow up with somewhere, put on the S5 because I downloaded some of their tracks. Next one up is Trejo.
This is not fronted by Danny Trejo?
Not fronted by Danny Trejo, the actor / taco shop owner.
Dude, if I ever walk up to a taco truck and Danny Trejo is behind the counter, I'm running.
He owns a taco shop, literally.
I don't doubt it.
And I think we have to go someday, but he's going to come out with the machete.
That's kind of what I'm expecting and kind of fearing.
So it's not that Danny Trejo. Apparently, this I wasn't familiar with this individual until recently. His name just started appearing everywhere. From what I understand, he's a guitar player for a Saxon tribute band here in San Antonio.
Okay.
But now he's got his own solo act. And I've caught them 4 times incidentally since this day, or this day, and then a few more times since then. And they're really good. When I first saw them, I wasn't so keen on vocals, because it's Danny as lead guitar, as guitar, soul guitar, and vocals.
Did you just call him Danny? Is that his real name?
That's his name.
Oh, so it is.
It's his actual name.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's.
But it's not the Danny Trejo.
No,
okay,
no.
I got you now.
That's not machete.
It's machete light.
I wasn't initially crazy about his vocals. I had to see it again.
It's letter opener.
I had to see him again another, once or twice to really get into it. And the band is solid. They are entertaining, energetic. Bass player has a lot of charisma. So he kind of does a lot of the Steve Harris type stuff. They pick up the bass and point it at people and shit. So they put on a great show. Next up was What I Despise. Wait,
this is the name of the band. This is not What You Despise, right?
No, this is the name of the band, What I Despise.
Okay.
And this is the other band of the guitar player from Red Ivy. So you guys have seen Red Ivy. You know his energy on stage.
Yep.
Take that and amplify it for these guys.
Get out.
He's balls deep in this one. When I first saw them at this show, I liked them, but I wasn't crazy into them. Just for some reason, I couldn't really feel it. I saw them again a few weeks later, and I started kind of feeling more of a Pantera vibe.
Oh,
and
okay.
When I started to kind of feel that similarity, I got more into it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Great energy, great music. I know that they're kind of picking things up. They're going to look to record soon. They've been playing a lot of shows. From what I understand, like Corey, the guitar player, like he's one of those guys that has to play a show like every couple of days, or he'll just go nuts.
Sounds like it.
So he's playing with them as often as possible. And now Red IV's back. So next one up, Headhunter USA, which is a tribute band to Crocus. Now, they did not play just Crocus songs. The first half of the set, I think, was Crocus, and the second half was like just some classic rock tunes. The thing I remember most about this band, it's actually the guitar player and it's the bass player from Target 7.
Okay.
And like, again, we've seen Target 7 a couple of times. We know how he is with them. With Headhunter USA, the man's a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
Like, he's got all that charisma that rock stars have. He's got, like, you know, the shirtless wearing a vest, kind of doing all the showy stuff. Like, he's a fucking rock star. And they put on a great set. The one Crocus song I know, which is actually two Crocus songs that I know, Eat the Rich and Ballroom Blitz. I played those. Yeah, all just a really good set. And then the last band that I actually caught for the night was Celestial Descent, which I was up front for. They're kind of, I've described them as like kind of Paramore-ish, or In This Moment. They've got a lot of heavy tunes. Their singer is not operatic. It's a rock vocalist. She's fantastic. Great charisma. Band's energy is crazy. I'm pretty sure the guitar player, one of the guitar players, had the whole side of the stage to himself because he's just so all over the place. But I love their set. I missed seeing Jessica that night because I was outside hanging out and started to get into a conversation with somebody, and missed their entire set. And by now it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to some folks for a while. I actually got a chance to talk to Brian Keith. Every time we go to a show, there's always that Edge Rocks radio car.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, he kind of does similar to what Pat does. You know,
gotcha.
As far as like they do a lot of online radio stuff. I think they're part of a legitimate radio station, kind of like how Pat does it. But he's one of those guys that will appear at a lot of these shows and make his rounds, talk to the bands, do interviews and stuff like that. And I actually talk to him because normally in those cases when we have these people who are doing similar things to us, I see them at shows and I'm like, fuck that guy. I don't like that guy. I have no reason to not like that guy, but I don't like that guy.
You don't like people.
And then we just started talking to each other now, and he's an awesome guy. So it was a very nice conversation.
So now I like that guy.
Now I like that guy. I unfortunately didn't go to the Evergrey show. I ended up not going to that. I also didn't go to the Alice Cooper show. I wanted to go to the Alice Cooper show. Holy shit, I want to go to the Alice Cooper show. I'm trying to remember what else I actually went to because
there was just a lot of things that you were posting online on the Facebook page about some of the bands you saw because you got the new camera.
Yeah. I there was like a handful of one-off things that I went to. I'm not remembering a lot of them. I'll just hit the next major one, which was Killstorm. Killstorm played their own headlining set at Jack's alongside Zero the Hero, Trejo, and Target 7. I had not had the chance to see Zero the Hero since I saw them at Papa Woody's Roadhouse in December. So seeing them for this show was a reminder. And they were fucking fantastic. Like, holy shit, they were fantastic. Everybody was on their game 100% for the night of the show. Trejo opened up. And again, they are a solid band. I like them. I still just need to get familiar with their stuff. But great set. I'm trying to remember who went up next. I think it was Zero the Hero. And like I said, fantastic set. They are very much into that whole dual lead stuff. Kind of border on power metal a lot. And their music's on Reverb Nation. They're actually going to be featured on the next episode of the S5, which I'll discuss later on. But definitely something to look for you guys to listen to, for sure. Target 7 came on, and this is probably the best time I've seen them. Not much different about how their set list or anything, but just they were spot on, all energy, all in. They're like, this is the show to do it. So they killed it. And then Killstorm headlined the show, and I actually missed part of it. Because after Target 7's set, I went to the back and hung out with the bands as they were kind of like packing up all their stuff and talking, just hanging out back there, goofing around. And then like 10 minutes into Killstorm set, I was like, I should probably go out there and film. So let me go do that. So I got
You had one job, Dan. You had one job.
But their set, the band, their band is really fucking good. This night, the two full on metal bands being Zero the Hero and Killstorm, they just, for lack of a better term, they killed it. But overall, great show and entertaining and fun for me because I got to go talk to everybody for a little while and was pretty much hanging out until like 2 a.m, just chilling out. This will probably be the last one. I mentioned Celestial Descent before.
Yep.
They have been working on a new CD, or new EP, and what they were doing was having a joint EP release party and show with Recreating Eden. I know Recreating Eden I think they played at the Desona show. I don't remember if I caught them or not. Which I didn't catch them then.
I don't think you did because you didn't mention them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if because I thought they were the opening act. I'm not sure if they're the one I saw.
Oh, okay. Because you saw Desona and
it was
Leprous.
Leprous was the headliner. I didn't catch. I left
And
for them.
Earthside,
yeah. And
Desona.
There was 5 bands total.
Oh,
I missed
okay.
the first one for sure. That might have been Recreating Eden.
Gotcha.
And then there was a second one which I don't remember. So anyway, so I got in right at like 10 o'clock or so. Whatever time they were supposed to go on, I was there right up front. Recreating Eden went on first. Very much Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, sweet.
They were amazing. Like just musically, they're fantastic. Their singer has this flamboyant charisma that you're watching the band, but no matter what, every couple seconds your eyes are going to be drawn to that guy because he's doing some shit. It's not like he's going crazy, jumping in the stage and flipping around and everything, but he's just got this movement on stage that's draws your eye to him. But musically, they were just fucking good. Definitely very happy that I saw this show, that I'm more aware of them now. And I know I started playing them on one of the last episodes of the S5, but now I have their new stuff, more legitimate recorded material, so now I can actually play that as well. So that's definitely going to be heard. And then Celestial Descent went on. Now, it was strange because Recreating Eden had more of a stage setup. It's one of those things where Celestial Descent stuff was behind their stuff, so they were kind of pushed forward a little bit, but there just seemed to be more on stage, more general aesthetics for Recreating Eden. So when Celestial Descent came on, it kind of went to a stripped down set.
Uh-huh.
But it worked because of the band's energy. Again, the singer's great, very charismatic. The guitar player that was right in front of me owns his half of the stage. Don't get into his half of the stage, you'll get hit by a guitar. Don't do that. And then the bass player for the band is the son of Joseph Heron from Red IV.
Oh, okay.
So he had a lot of good stage presence. He's a very happy looking dude. Not as happy as the pedagogic guy, but he's definitely happy looking. So he put on just this great positive performance. Again, I'm not as familiar with each band's songs. I was blown away.
There you go.
Period. Oh, I have one more. Sorry.
Sorry,
one more. Real quick. Sidewinder and Red IV.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Sidewinder, I had only just started hearing some of their stuff recently. Raul, the singer, who's also the singer of Bifist, gave me a copy of their first CD from '89. It's a little bit. It's still metal, but still more towards the hard rock side of things. Just very good, catchy stuff. It translates so fucking well live. You guys, I know you guys, when you first saw Raul with Bifist, you're like, wow, this guy. I told him the day of the show, because I was listening to the CD, I was like, dude, you sound like Jeff Tate.
Huh.
Studio-wise, he sounded like Jeff Tate. I'm sure in the last 20-some-odd years, his voice has changed a little bit.
Did he smack you?
No. I think what he said, he kind of gave a little bit of an agreement to it, and he said that people have said that he sounds like Jeff Tate but angry. But on the albums, it does sound like that between era of Queensryche, between Operation Mindcrime and Empire.
Yeah.
So it gives you more of an idea of what I'm talking about when I'm saying hard rock and metal. But their show was, I think, about 45 minutes to an hour, and they killed it. And they were, again, I wasn't as familiar with certain tracks. My 2 favorite songs from the set I didn't know yet. but now I do, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm listening to all this song. And one of which I played, I put the live video for onto our page. It's really good. That's all I can say. Like, they were fucking
It's good. It's good.
No, because like that was it. Like they were just fantastic.
Nice.
And it's at Tonic, so Tonic has great sound.
Yes, it does.
So.
Yes, it does.
And then follow up was Red IV, which is the first.
I was gonna say, it's the first show. Back?
Full show, because they had a live rehearsal a week or two before that, where they just kind of set up at Fitzgerald's and just played just to kind of shake out the cobwebs.
Yeah.
It seemed like Joseph had no problem being up there physically. His son was playing drums, so his son's playing drums for Red IV, as well as playing bass for Celestial Descent. Corey's always got the energy going on. I think they played the entire EP. One or two new songs, because pretty much what Joseph said was during this interim, all they've done is just write music.
Yeah, I would say
so. So some new stuff, played some old stuff. They played Wicked Game. They played, is it Nutshell by Alice in Chains? I think it's Nutshell.
Yeah. So
a lot of what we saw in our set, plus
Yep.
a few extra, special ones. So they played for a good hour, and it was fucking awesome. So those are the big shows that I went to. That's 2 months to cover. So thankfully, I won't have to cover that much in the future.
yeah, we got Iron Maiden next week. That's a
This
big one.
jism.
I am super stoked for that show. Because the last time I saw Iron Maiden was 6 years ago or 5 years ago. It was at the AT&T Center.
I haven't seen them. Fuck, I don't remember the last time I saw. I think it was Final Frontier tour. I think El Dorado was new.
I think it was the Final Frontier tour.
Yeah, because I think they pulled out El Dorado for it, but I don't think it was like the Final Frontier tour. I think like they had not even released the album yet.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of classic stuff, and I just remember the only thing that bothered me about the show is there's always that one small group of guys who want to do like a mosh pit at an Iron Maiden show, and there's no one else who wants that to happen.
Well, because they know that they shouldn't be doing it. When I saw McBrain Damage like a decade and a half ago at this point, like Nico stopped the show, came out to the front, and was like, "Yo, stop that!" I can't do his voice.
Yeah.
I can't do his accent either. But he just told everyone like, "Stop that." You know that Steve Harris wouldn't allow it at a show at Iron Maiden. I'm not going to allow it here. Stop.
You are wrong.
you moshing. You are wrong. And you know why you're wrong? Because. Yeah. I really wish they would make a new Dread movie. Carl Urban, Grumpy Cat. I think.
God damn it!
Have you never seen that? Somebody put like a picture of Grumpy Cat in the Drudge Dread hat because he just frowns the whole fucking movie. Like I'm surprised that Carl Urban's face is not frozen in that form because of the fact that he frowns the entire fucking movie.
That's in like most of his movies though, because like even in Lord of the Rings, he's frowning.
He scowls in the rest of the movie. This is a frown. This
Dude,
is
I don't
like,
know him as Bones. He's pretty dour.
That's like him talking through his teeth, like angry, like he's doing like the Clint Eastwood thing. Now, you need to have like lockjaw from that. This is talking about like. Since this has nothing to do with heavy metal except for "I Am the Law" by Anthrax, we're going to end the show because
I think we're calling the depths here now.
yeah, yep, the show has officially died. No, seriously. So on that note, we're making our curtain call. I don't have any rehearsed intro. We haven't really done anything set up for this show in a long time. I'm going to start doing that soon. But until next time, which is next week, I hope, I'm Dan Mack.
This is Chris Mack.
And I'm Pete.
And I want to say We Are the Slime, but I'm not using the song anymore, so...
Later, bitches.
Later.
That's my mama. Give me a zinger.
Oh, God.